Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling review series. What a palate cleanser after this horrible SmackDown show that I just watched and kind of reviewed. I guess that what you'd call it when you're watching something, waiting for it to be horrible. Anyway, we moved through the entire month of June in the year of 1991 here on Superstars. That's what we have available. And, ultimately, June of 1991, so much better than 2020, even with a bunch of squash matches that really are inconsequential. It's not even funny. Anyway, um, we move through the Legion of Doom, a couple months away from winning the tag team championships from the Nasty Boys at SummerSlam. Obviously, LOD, Animal, and Hawk, known as a power team. This doesn't change here. Punches, kicks, and the basic stuff. Here, standing drop kick by Animal. Animal more the power heavy guy, and Hawk a little more finesse and maybe a little more charisma. Anyway, they continue tagging. Big drop kick by Animal, and we kind of see them continue to go through. We see a uppercut followed by the Doomsday Device 1, 2, 3. Andre the Giant is on the minds of people, but so also is the Big Boss Man attack from last week by the Nasty Boys and the Mountie. Mountie using the shock stick. Big surprise. Boss Man wants to get even with everyone, including the Mountie, but also the Nasty Boys as well. Probably going to do some six-man tag team matches around the horn. Ted DiBiase still promoting his match series with Roddy Piper around the horn, pretty strong here in 1991. Sherry Martel, his manager, is more there as a valet than anything. Hard clothesline by DiBiase on the enhancement talent. DiBiase hits a power slam and then hits the $1,000,000 Dream. 1, 2, 3, drop of the hand, and a win for the $1,000,000 Man, holding on still to the $1,000,000 belt. Cousin Luke and Butch can't seem to tell the difference between each other here in a promo from the Event Center. They kind of, you're Luke, you're Butch kind of deal. The Mountie talks about wanting law and order in the World Wrestling Federation and that he's the one that brings it, not the boss man. We move back to the ring with Kerry Von Erich, who by this point in 1991 just looks sad. Basic arm drags and the like. He comes up in a fighter stance. That's about the only good thing he really does is a fighter stance. Couple of punches and a spinning discus punch for his finish. 1, 2, 3, done there. Back to the event center we go. This time we get plugs and pitches. Remember, this is international stuff. Barbarian finally does some of his own talking, says he wants equality and also wants some challenges. Heenan, on behalf of the Barbarian, calls out guys like Bret Hart, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, whomever. Rockers talk about not getting the tag team championships they are worth. Then we go into a very large angle. Jimmy Hart promises us post a Earthquake squash match that he has a major announcement. Earthquake comes out, jump kick, elbow drop, and even a modified drop kick, and the Earthquake splash. Post-match, Jimmy Hart tells everybody that he has been the man to sign Andre the Giant. Andre makes his way out to the ring. They show the review of him turning down the other managers, Slick going in the back of a car, Heenan being embarrassed and his hand being crushed, Fuji going into a cake, Sherry being spanked, all of that. Anyway, Andre gets annoyed and says that he never said this. Earthquake lifts Andre from behind, drops the knee, and the elbow, and a splash across the leg of Andre. We're trying to write Andre off television. Andre is given several minutes to get back to his feet with the very limited assistance of some officials before Vince finally makes the call to cut it away. Andre basically crawling like a child down the aisle because he can't get back to his feet. Lots of sympathy on Andre, but if you're not going to pay it off with a match, even if you're paying him off as a second, I'm not necessarily sure it's good business. Kato and Tanaka are good business. The Orient Express still looking good at this point in 1991. Kato with some chops early and going straight at his opponent. Tanaka, obviously the more expressive in the ring because he's got a face to use as opposed to working through a mask. But Kato, um, I guess a good part of the team too in his own right. Kick and German suplex 1, 2, 3, and the Orient Express are victorious. Hype for the WBF upcoming event on, I think it's the 13th of June, 15th of June, something like that. So in a couple of weeks, there's a WBF World Bodybuilding Federation debut. Not a fan of that concept. Surprised it lasted as long as it did. Almost lasted over a year or something like that. Undertaker not going to make his opponent last over a year. Paul Bearer with an inset promo says they'll bury everybody. Kicks, punches, choke slam, and a tombstone, including a body bag by The Undertaker. Body bag post match, obviously. Undertaker getting ready for a collision course with the Ultimate Warrior. The Warlord is unimpressed with the British Bulldog, unimpressed with just about everybody that's in front of him. Hacksaw Duggan, on the other hand, very grateful to every American citizen who's ever stood up for the country. And we close this edition of Superstars on that note. We'll be back with more right after this.